Today is May 1st, which means that it is not only a new month, but also a new quarter of the year. And so I kind of want to reset a little bit. I have one main goal for this month, which is tied to something a little bit exciting that is planned for the end of the month. I am going to Naples with my mum for a few days, and I'm really excited to go back to Italy. I've been to Italy quite a few times, in particular Venice, where I've been, I think 3 times in total. And the last time I was there a couple of years ago, I really fell in love with the city and the country in a way that I didn't before. I'm not exactly sure why, but something magic happened that time. And so I have been wanting to learn Italian since. And so my plan for the month of May is to get into Italian. When I start this kind of projects, I tend to go a little bit overboard and be very enthusiastic and very optimistic and make big grand goals. So I'm very tempted to do that, and I have this idea of me being able to hold the conversation in Italy by the end of the month. But the reality is I've been having a very tough year so far. I've been struggling with my mental health, my physical health, and motivation. So I also need to be realistic. And now I want to start Italian, but maybe in 3 days I will feel like I don't want anything to do with it. I just want to curl up in bed and watch a TV show. So we'll see how that goes. But I already gathered quite a few books to help me along the way. I was at the library yesterday, so I picked up 3 little books for vocabulary, especially around travel. I have 1 little book for grammar, which I usually don't dive seriously into grammar when I start learning a language. I want to start with the fun stuff, but I think it's still good to have this as a reference, and so I can check things as I go. I think my main resource is going to be this book. It is from the Simil Publishing House. I've worked with their books for many years, basically since I started my language learning journey. I started learning Hindi with this publishing house. I love their books. This comes with audio as well that I have on my computer, and it's basically 100 lessons. You're supposed to do 1 a day with a recap at the end of the week. And they're very short, very progressive. I should probably be able to do more than 1 a day, but we'll see how fast I progress with this. Then I also have this little book of short stories that I picked up when I was in Milan recently. And yeah, I'm excited to dive into it because it's also on my 25 for 25 list of books to read this year. More broadly, in terms of resetting for the month and the quarter, it's already the end of the day, so I'm not going to do anything crazy today. But I'm thinking of maybe doing a new mood board for the quarter. I had my mood board, which I'm going to put here on the screen, for the beginning of the year. But now I feel like with spring coming up, I want something a little bit more fresh and exciting. So I'm probably going to do that. That's the plan for this month, and hopefully I'm able to vlog semi-regularly and do a better job than my last monthly vlog where I disappeared for most of it. I hope you have a great month and see you in the next sleep, whenever that is.
Io mi chiamo Paolo e lei? Io sono Luciano e lei è mia moglie, Luisa.
I've just finished my first Italian session and I'm quite happy. It feels like it's been such a long time since I started a new language, so it feels very odd to be starting from scratch, but it's also very exciting. So yeah, I'm feeling good and I'm excited to see where I end up at the end of the month. A quick reading update. I decided to DNF Le Chant des Cavaliers, which I had started for Draconathon in April. I pushed through almost half of the book, but I couldn't just get into it. There was something about the plot that was really slow and kind of dragging. I was not attached to the characters. The writing style was a bit uneven, like at some points trying to be literary and resulting in it being a bit stiff and unnatural, and mixed with moments where it's quite informal, so that was all a bit jarring. So yeah, that wasn't for me. So I looked a little bit at reviews online and it seems like a lot of people had similar feelings, and so because they were not saying that, oh, it gets so much better at the end, I decided to DNF it. Other than that, I read Jaded by Ella Lee and I ate this up. I listened to it on audio and listened to it almost all in one day. And it's quite heavy, quite difficult. I would suggest to check trigger warnings, but I thought it was excellent. Kind of the character study or just like the whole dissection of the situation was very, very well done and felt really gripping. I was hooked the whole time, and it was actually a bit of a hard read. Like there were moments that felt very, very true, but also so infuriating and difficult that I had to take a break from the book. But I still think it was excellent, and I might want to get a physical copy at some time and reread it because that's how good I thought it was. And now I'm listening to I Hope This Email Finds You Well by Natalie Sue. I have 2 hours left in the audiobook, so I'm probably going to finish this today. And I'm also quite enjoying it. We are following Jolene, who is very jaded and really hating her job and hating her coworkers. And she ends up having to take a harassment prevention course with the new HR guy at her job, because the way she processes her anger is by writing very pesky and mean notes at the end of her emails and then changing the font color so that it's invisible. But one time she forgets, and so that's how she gets caught. Through this mishap, she ends up getting access to everybody's emails, and that's how she is trying to get ahead at a job and in a way learns more about her colleagues and what's happening behind the scenes, and maybe starts to have a bit more empathy for them. It's very funny and biting in the beginning, but it turns quite a bit depressive very quickly. But I'm still really enjoying it. I found it very interesting. I'm really appreciating it. So I'm having a good time with that. Again, gonna likely finish that today. And then other than that, I started quite a few things because I don't really know what I'm in the mood for. I'm just a bit meh, so I'm trying different things. So I started The Wilderness, which is an arc that I got from NetGalley. I also started a interview collection with a French author, which I really admire, which is a bit dense though. So making my way through that quite slowly. And then I started Sorrow and Bliss by Meg Mason as well. So that's where I'm at in terms of reading, and we'll see how the rest of the month goes.
Baby.
Horrible, c'est vraiment ça, c'est... 22, 50, Rihanna, c'est beau.
I did a little poll on my channel the other day to help me decide on which audiobook I should pick up next, but we have a little problem. We have a tie between two of the books, so what I'm gonna do is just roll the die between those two and see which one I'm gonna read. Okay, I got my D20. Let's say an even number is gonna be How Not to Fit In, and an odd number will be Dancers of the Dawn. It's an even one, so we're going for nonfiction. I just got this in my mailbox. I didn't order anything, I wasn't expecting anything, but I have some suspicions, so let's open it. Oh, it's two of them. This is from Ellen, my good friend Ellen. Okay, so fantasy and writing. Excellent. Thank you so much, Ellen. Again from Ellen. She really spoiled me. Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes. Also, I had some suspicions of what was coming because I also got some money from my sister for my birthday, and so I was looking at my wish list to purchase some books, and I actually tried to purchase those two, but I got an alert that someone already got them for me, and I didn't know who it was until now, but it was a really good choice because again, I was about to get those two. So yeah, I'm super excited. Thank you so much, Ellen. I just wanted to pop in and first give a quick reading update. So I finished I Hope This Email Finds You Well a few days ago. It was a good read, it was interesting. I thought it lost a little bit of its fun and snarky tone from the beginning later on in the book. So I enjoyed it while I was reading it, but I didn't really think of it much after I finished it. So yeah, a good read, but not a very memorable one, not a new favorite. I finished this morning Sorrow and Bliss, which I loved, and I think I need to do like a proper update about that book. But right now I just wanted to give a general disclaimer in a way. So basically I think if I just put together the little clips of the months that I've filmed, it would likely look like this month has been just fun and giggles, but the reality is it hasn't, and I've been struggling quite a bit with my mental health, and I've just had a lot of shitty things happen this year, and it's been tough, and I don't want this channel to be a bummer. I don't want to be constantly saying that I'm not doing okay and things are tough and all of that, but it's also the reality, and I think it's important to talk about it and to be honest and transparent about it. So in the beginning of the month, I was really excited about starting to learn Italian, and I had a whole plan and all that. That lasted 2 days, I think, and then I completely dropped the ball because I just couldn't manage. I was just having a lot on my plate, not feeling great, so I decided to park it. I'm still going to Italy in 10-ish days. And now that I've been doing a little bit better for the past few days, I'm thinking of maybe picking Italian up, but it's not the biggest priority. So I also need to be very mindful about my energy. Yeah, I don't even know what I wanted to say. What's the takeaway here? Just maybe that what you see on the internet doesn't reflect always the reality. It's something created, and because something is all smiles and bubbly doesn't mean that they're necessarily doing okay. So be kind to the people around you. There are things that are going on that you know nothing about. I'm able to do this update now because it's been a few days since I started feeling a bit better. I hope the trends continues like this. But yeah, I thought it would be a dishonest video if I didn't state the reality behind the scene of just like beyond the little fun moments and the flowers in the garden and the sun and all of that. The reality is I've been crying almost every day. I've been struggling and it has been rough. Things are, again, a bit better now and we'll see how they keep going. I'm still doing my best to take care of myself and get on a trend where I can feel better. So hopefully the shitty news and stuff stop happening so I can actually feel better. But yeah, that's where we're at today.
Bella di